We're going to get into some of the players that I think their stock is shooting high this upcoming season. Also, a team that is on the rise. Dare I say the Portland Trailblazers. All right, Reed Sheppard of the Houston Rockets. It depends to me whether I'm buying the stock or not. Because, one, Rockets need backcourt depth, so they need Reed Sheppard to be a better backup point guard, in my opinion, than Aaron Holiday. If he can really take strides this season, and it starts with just making shots at a high level, because that's something we know he can do. If he improves and can be that backup point guard, Houston's in a great spot. They do not have a ton of weaknesses. That would be one, is that backcourt depth. If that is what we're asking of, I'll buy his stock. If you're saying, is Reed Sheppard going to be your traditional number 3 pick in his sophomore season, someone that really impresses? I don't think so. Not quite yet. So it depends on how expensive the share is, what the expectation is. If it's better than his 4 points per game last season, I do think we're buying that stock. 35% from the floor a year ago, 33% from deep. Is worth noting that the Houston Rockets had the number 2 seed last year, and they had it. Remember, it was like 6 teams in the West fighting 4 through 9, basically. So they had the opportunity to get Reed Sheppard some run post All-Star break, and he actually did well in his 12 games. Averaged 7.5 points on 48% from 3, was 21 of 43 from deep post All-Star break, did have a 34-point performance. Unfortunately, the Rockets have guys like Durant, Fred VanVleet, Alperen Sengun, Amin Thompson, still have Jabari Smith, still have Tari Eason. So they don't need some crazy breakout performance from Sheppard. Hopefully it would help him ease into his role, knowing that he can just go out there, don't make a ton of mistakes, be able to knock down your shots. Not the most athletic dude in the world. Size, explosiveness, that's something he can't change. But if he has the ability to knock down threes like we think he can, he is craftier than I think a lot of people give him credit for. And he's a smart basketball player. He's going to figure out the game. So I'll buy stock of Reed Sheppard. Not a ton of shares, though, and I'm hoping that they're pretty cheap, because if you're giving me Reed Sheppard that he's going to burst onto the scene, average 14 this upcoming season, I'll sell that notion. So, again, it depends on how you rate him. Amin Thompson, his teammate, very different than Reed Sheppard. He's shown elite abilities. He's shown in the playoffs that he can really put his stamp on the game. He's already a high-rated player, and I'm going to hold his stock. I'm not going to double down and buy more that he will be plus all-star, like superstar category, all-NBA category this upcoming season. But I'll hold the stock that he's already fringe all-star and one of the best wing defenders in the NBA, with the potential to really be just a dynamic player by season's end. I would actually buy the notion that Asar Thompson is the one that kind of has the breakout year. I think Amin broke out last year. He was awesome. Can his shot develop? Can he be a better scorer than a season ago? If so, sure. Still has a ton of time to improve. 22 years old and already all first team defensive. So one of the best wings in the Western Conference, I thought he was a season ago. I'm going to stick with that notion. Is he going to take the next step to being the Rockets' like second best player? I don't think so. I do think, though, he has the capabilities to make this take look very stupid, because he has an incredible ceiling, just tremendous explosiveness. And I just look at this buying Netflix stock or something. It's already in the upper hundreds. It's expensive. I'll just hold. I'll just stay off it one way or the other. I don't want to sell it, though. Matas Buzelis of the Chicago Bulls. I told you in the intro that I want all the stock that Matas Buzelis has available on the market. I want all the stock, because I would imagine it's extremely low right now. If you don't watch a lot of Chicago Bulls basketball, you do not know the capabilities that Matas Buzelis has, despite some pedestrian stats, 7 points per game. Now, I like to look post All-Star break on a team that's really bad. It's like baseball. When you get the September call-ups, you get some opportunities to see players playing more, especially after Zach LaVine got traded. 13 points, 5 rebounds post All-Star break. Again, For a rookie, that's not pedestrian. That's very good, but pedestrian numbers for the most part. However, youngest player ever to post a perfect field goal night when shooting over 10 attempts. That's a fun fact. Huge strides throughout the season and just in general. He takes huge strides. He's a huge dude. 6'10", good enough handles, kind of that prototype of like a Gordon Hayward where, he can grab and go. He can take it up the floor, has some shooting guard skills, not necessarily the quickest to get into his move, but he's smooth and he can control it for his size. 36% from three last season, 81% from the line. Got a vote for Rookie of the Year, and that is a smart man who voted him for Rookie of the Year, despite he shouldn't have won Rookie of the Year. Let's put it that way. But he is a rookie that I think has an extremely high ceiling, good energy. He was 14 of 28 from three in April. I think Matas Buzelis. Everyone's talking Kobe White. Buzelis. Not Josh Giddey, Buzelis. Remember the name Matas Buzelis, winning basketball player. I think he's going to be very exciting for the Chicago Bulls. Buy. Brandon Miller. I'll hold. Let's put him at all-star level. That would be buying the stock. And I don't know if he's there yet. I'll hold. Insane stats in his 27 games. Put up 21 points per night. Shot it 11 times from deep, which is a good shooter, but a little absurd of a number. 11 threes per game. That's a ton. That's the Charlotte Hornets for you. Chuck it. Just go. A great versatility and length. Good off movement shooter. Good mid-range shooter. Kind of from that mold of Brandon Ingram, Kevin Durant, Harrison Barnes, that sort of prototype that can get to his spots and knock it down. Can score. We all know this. Put up 21 last year. We're not questioning that. How well can he do everything else? Defense, finish at the rim, rebound, 11 threes per game. If he's taking that many, can he hit more than three? Can he be someone that consistently knocks down five? How good is he going to be? I don't know. Great scorer, but if you're tagging him as all-star this season, I'll go ahead and I'll hold. Maybe fringe all-star. Don't want to completely sell Brandon Miller's stock, but does have the capabilities to really break out with a healthy season. Question's going to be, what has he added to his bag this offseason? Toumani Camara. I'll buy the stock. I think casual NBA fans are going to start learning his name this season. I'll buy the stock that you'll know the name Camara if you don't already. Great rim protector, despite, just a half a block per game. Kind of has that nice chase down Kenyon Martin-esque block where he pins it off the backboard and can really get up and swat it away. 52nd pick in the draft a couple of years ago. He's 6'8", so he's got good size and was a good defender as a rookie, was a great defender in his second season. All defense second team in the NBA a season ago. Regarded as one of the best wing defenders in the NBA. Can he score is the question. Did average 13 points per game last season. After the All-Star break, shot at 40% from three, not on a ton of volume, but did knock down a couple a game. All defensive guy that is a improving shooter, improving offensive player. I mean, he's someone that you got to really look into buying his stock potentially. Versatile defender, nice wingspan, can guard different types of attributed players. Gets in the passing lanes, good rebounder, both sides of the ball. Question's going to be perimeter shooting. How good is it? Not only that, how well does he take care of the basketball? What is his role on a potentially crowded Portland Trailblazers team? I would have to imagine he's a starter for the defense alone, but I am buying stock that Camara is going to be someone that you hear about in the NBA. He's glue. He's glue, and that's what they need. And this team, the Portland Trailblazers, I'm buying stock on this team that by season's end, we're going to go into next year saying, Portland, they weren't great a season ago. Maybe they were a play-in team, but Dame Lillard's coming back, and they got some interesting things around him. Why is Dame Lillard interesting when he does come back? Because this team wasn't a good shooting team a season ago. 19th in the NBA. You add in one of the best shooters in the game, depending on how much he has left. You'll take it. This is the calm before the storm season. Don't tell me how rocky the sea is. Just bring the ship in. I don't think Portland's going to bring it in. I think they're going to get stuck in the storm this season, but they're going to learn a lot about themselves. They're going to be casted away to an island. They're going to scream, Wilson! And then you're going to hear their name next season as they come home on the FedEx plane and they find out that their wife has been married. All right. Anyways, if you get the reference, great. If not, let me tell you why the Portland Trailblazers are worthy of buying stock this upcoming season. They got some good players, man. Deni Avdija. I like Deni Avdija. Nice shooter. Averaged 16 last season. Let's not forget this was a lottery pick in 2020. Wizards gave him up. And now here he is on the Blazers, averaging 16 a game, and one of the guys that can shoot out there and give you some size. The improved shooting, I would say, is probably what has taken his career to kind of the next step after someone that averaged, 6-7 points per game his first couple seasons and is coming off his best year. I would say Deni Avdija, nice player to have in that role. Shaedon Sharpe is outstanding in terms of a pure offensive talent. Now, he's one of those guys that can roll out of bed and give you 20. If he can develop a consistent shot, game over. I mean, the dude's going to be lethal. Great size, great body control, not a great defender. And again, shooting is something that is to be concerned about, especially with a guy like Scoot Henderson. There's a lot of concerns over his shooting. However, he is a generational, athletic freak, comparing him to D. Rose, and Russ Westbrook and Ja Morant, those types of athletes. And he can get to the bucket. He can fly, man. Scoot Henderson's a lot of fun, but again, not a great shooter, but he gave you 18 a season ago. Bigs wise, they picked up Young Hansen from China. And I thought the Warriors were interested in Hansen at one point at 41, and he winds up going near the lottery. He's someone that I thought has a little more skill to him, watching him in the summer league, than I originally believed. He looks like a good passer. He needs to work on, I guess, the physicality down low, but he's got a little finesse to him and is definitely polished for his size. A legit 7'1" and extremely young. I don't even think he's 20 years old yet. Don't quote me on it. Donovan Clingan, a little older than 21, but he's one of the best collegiate players I've ever seen at the NBA level. He wasn't quite Zach Edey, the other monster rookie, but he showed the capabilities of being a big that can hold his own for a minute in this league. And between Hansen and Clingan, you can kind of have a battle, see what you got. Maybe two bigs, or maybe down the road, one of them becomes a trade chip when a team wants some size. Because don't forget, you got Time Lord. You got Robert Williams. He was damn good years ago. It's got to stay healthy, but you'll take that. And then this team as a whole, it's just like you looked at their roster, and Jeremy Grant. We're not even mentioning Jeremy Grant. And geez, the big one this offseason, the big one, Drew Holiday, the glue that puts it all together. A great defensive first point guard that can be steady, that I think can help with Scoot Henderson's game. Chauncey Billups, a Hall of Fame point guard in himself. I mean, he's leading the ship right now. You got some guards, man. Dame Lillard soon to join the fold. I mentioned Jeremy Grant. He before was someone that you relied on. Now it just seems like he's an insurance policy if any of these guys get hurt. I mean, they got an interesting team that I think is going to be fun to watch. Now, are they going to do anything in the Western Conference this season? Come on, look at the Western Conference. But watch them, and let's see if that is a squad that you should be buying stock for. Because as of right now, if it's a team that we think is going to be frisky, I'm going to go ahead and buy their stock.